Local lawmakers are taking precautionary measures following the news of this deadly attack. KSHB 41 reporter Isabella Ladon takes an in-depth look at state security measures.
At the Kansas and Missouri state capitol buildings, you have to get through security in order to get inside, and they have security guards 24/7. But those measures don't extend to lawmakers at their homes. We sat down with local elected officials following the news of the Minnesota attacks, and our local leaders have a heightened sense of awareness.
I just think this poor family, their mom, their sister.
It's hard for Republican Kansas State Senator Beverly Gossage to not think of her own family's safety when she learned of the Minnesota attacks. 2 years ago, she was one of 120 Republican lawmakers sent an envelope with a white powder and a threatening note to her house.
But you never feel like you should have to worry about when you're at home.
Senator Gossage tells me she feels safe at work, but is now adding more security measures at home after the deadly Minnesota shooting.
Just more heightened awareness and the fact that could this have been prevented? I don't think so.
The suspected shooter posed as a police officer when he showed up at Minnesota Democratic Representative Melissa Hortman's home.
That could happen to anyone, and we all have to stand up and say enough.
The chair of Kansas's Democratic Party says any act of political violence is unacceptable.
I really believe that this rhetoric is fertilizer for the ground that's been seeded with hatred. I do think all of us have an opportunity and a responsibility to change the culture.
The security measures at the Kansas and Missouri capitals come from the state budgets and therefore taxpayers. Senator Gossage expects more training awareness for lawmakers, but not any drastic changes to personal security.
What would they do? Follow you to the grocery store, sit outside your home? That it just does not seem like a good use of taxpayer dollars.
Senator Gossage told me that she is attending a national legislator conference in Minneapolis next week. Following the attacks, out of an abundance of caution, they are staying in the city, but they have changed the location of the venue. In the newsroom, Isabella Ladon, KSHB 41 News.